Yeah, hello everybody. We're down here working on this walker turner. I was just getting ready to put this in the lathe, and I was gonna just set my compound at, like, 1.5 degrees and just take a little bit off of this. But I happened to see how deep these was drilled, and anyway, I know that I'm not getting a real accurate measurement, but it's close. If I put that up there, as you can see, boy, there ain't much material there. I mean, I don't believe below the grooves, because there are grooves on it, I don't believe there's more than 20 thousandths or so before you get down. So I really haven't decided if I should machine it just enough to just take this down to where the bottom of the grooves are. That might give me enough crown. It's not going to take much crown to make that track. I've measured the belt, the old one that came off, and I don't know whether they buffed it after it was running or how they did it, but it measures about 10 thousandths thinner back here on this edge than it is right in the middle. So you really visually don't see it really that much, but there is a little bit of a crown to it. So they had to have crowned it somehow. So I'm going to do some wire wheeling here. I'm going to clean this off, these little high spots, and I'll bring you back here when I decide what I'm going to do. Well, I decided I was going to turn this, and it's not exactly perfect, but I'm not going to go to the very center. So the center should still run 100% true. I'm going through a groove right now, and it's about 10 thousandths off on the outside rim. It's as close as I could get it. We're running at 32 RPM. And I'm about there. So you can see I didn't take the middle out. We'll shut this off for a minute. Yeah, we'll get a little straight edge here, see what that looks like. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but I can rock now. It's got about 20 thousandths on both sides that I went in. So it's got a 20 thousandths crown. I believe that's going to be enough. I didn't dare to go I'm just below these grooves that they had in it, because I don't think there's more than 10-15 thousandths there where these balancing holes are drilled right here. I mean, it's got to be real close. So I'm going to quit right there. I'm going to spin this and kind of clean this up a little bit, and do that with a file, or maybe even just this piece of sandpaper here. We'll see how it works. I'll turn it up a little faster. Come into it. I think she's about ready to put the tire on. Yeah. Yeah, I'm real happy with that. So, take this out. There we go. This right here, when they machined it, I don't know if you can see this, but this right here, I'll mic it and see how much that tapers. I had a hell of a time holding it because this tapers in. It's like a cone. Yeah, I'll show you that in a sec. So anyway, this right up on the top right here, and It's 205 thousandths. Probably ought to check that, see if that thing's set to 0. It is, close enough. Yeah. 207 thousandths. And down here, it's a 109.90. So, you know, there's almost 20 thousandths taper on it. Pretty close to it. I don't know how they would have machined it like that, unless the tooling was loose. I always thought these things were supposed to be quite the pieces of machinery, but you know, you look at this groove here where the tool backed out. I mean, that's how much it had creeped in when they walked it out. So I don't know what happened there. Kind of interesting how this thing, for something supposed to be a high quality machine, there was a lot of blunders went on in the machining process. Anyway, I'm going to stick this back on the machine and we'll see what it looks like. Well, this is my first try here. We'll see how hard this really pulls on. You see people having nightmares. Not really sure. I think we put a zip tie right there and right here and it'll probably do it. I'm going to go get a zip tie so I don't go crazy. I've got this machine set on 60 RPM, so it should be geared enough that it should hold it. Okay. Yeah, that ain't gonna go bad. I'm gonna back that up a little. Yeah, those aren't half as bad as people make them out to be. Shoot, that ain't nothing. So, cut them off. I ain't got my jackknife. I left it upstairs there earlier. I gotta go get a cutter. Well, just to let this stretch and equalize itself, I'm just using a junk tool that I had in my box in there and just running around with the drill. Now that should have it equalized pretty good. Then you just got to slide it so that it's all in the center where it belongs. And then we'll put some glue on it. I'm going to put shoe glue on it. Don't know what the right thing is, but I got all kinds of that shoe glue, so I'm going to put it on it. We'll see here what that looks like now. Oh yeah, it's got a crown on it. Nice crown. Yeah. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to see if I can get some glue underneath there. I'll be back. Well, everybody, I didn't show it, but I'll show you what I did. I put, it's basically the same thing as shoe glue. It's seal all, but it basically does the same thing. Works as a contact cement. I put it on this board, scraped a bunch up on the end. I just grabbed it with my fingers and pulled it out, and I could get one whole spoke out. Let go of it, went to the next one, let go of it, and I worked my way right around. And it stopped moving side to side now. It was kind of floaty at first, because nothing had cured, but it's still moves a little there, but it, of course it could be a spot I missed a little bit with the glue, but anyway, yeah, seems to be on, seems to be curing. That stuff ain't very solid yet, so anyway, I'm gonna go and put this back on the machine and we'll see what it looks like. Hello everybody, I got this thing on. This says oil. There is a couple of oil holes, so I just squirted it right full of oil, and before it ran out, I put the bolt in it. So it's been oiled. Turns good, quiet. I just talked to a good friend of mine, Paul, who's a very, very proficient woodworker. And I asked him, I says, if I've got this top belt, crown 20 thousandths, I says, do I have to do the bottom one? I said, that one will be harder to get off. It really won't. It's probably on a spline, you know, or a key. So it probably would come right off with a puller, but yeah, it's even center drilled. But he said he thought, he was pretty sure that if I just put it on and ran it, he said he thought that the top would track it. So he's pretty sure that I can leave the bottom one right flat. You know, that makes me pretty happy. So basically all I got to do is put the bottom tire on, and I'm going to do it right on the machine. Like I showed you there, that thing, I didn't think that went on that hard. I'm just going to go ahead and put it on and call it good. Do the same thing. I'll put that drill through there with that used piece of tooling. I'll spin it around. That'll equalize the rubber. Go around 3-4 times. Once I've been around 3 or 4 times so that I know the rubber's all equalized, then I'll just pull out individual areas, put glue behind it, let it snap back, and I'll just work right around. And when I get that all done, and I get ready to track the blade, I'll bring you back. Well, everybody, it's been a good 24 hours since I did the other wheel. You know, things just, as the old saying goes, life gets in the way sometimes. Just one thing leads to another. Before you know it, the day's gone. But anyway, things are going good. This one might be a little more difficult than the other one because holding the wheel still. The other one I had it locked in the lathe there, and it made it kind of handy with it. So we'll see here just how tough this is. Maybe I'll go this direction. We'll work our way around. Guess you just can't be afraid to pull on it. Come on, get under that. Ah, shoot. Well, I was doing good. Oh, jeez. I guess I gotta put another one of those zip ties. I'll be right back. It's not that difficult, it's just awkward. Come on. There we go. Got a little bit more done. There we go. Nothing to it. So now I've got to take the cutters and cut those off. And my drill, Carol's got my pickup and it's got the drill behind the seat, so I got to shut the camera off and go get my drill so I can relax that rubber band. Once I get it relaxed, I'll go from this side over here where I got room to pull, and I'll smear the glue underneath it. I'll be back in a few here. We'll do that. Well, I got back with my drill, Today's our first day of selling corn, and we had to go modify some signs. And that's why Carol had the drill in the back of the truck. But we hadn't done it yet, so it was 20 minutes ago when I was here last, but we'll see if we can't spin this. Better be careful here, I'll have it right off. That should be equalized as far as tension. So now I'm going to put it on that side, the glue. I'll just pull this out, let it go, keep working around it. It's kind of a slow process. I don't know if I showed it on the other one or not. I don't remember what I did yesterday. But anyway, I'll get the stuff together here and we'll put that right around it. Oh boy, it's kind of tough here the way this is. Can't get a good straight pull on it, but we'll work on it. Ow. Old bolt's in a handy spot right there. Only about it, this stuff's so slippery and snotty when you let that back. If there's any uneven tension in the belt, it'll kind of self-regulate it. Guess I need more glue. And I didn't buy any special glue. This is just plain old Seal-All. And don't ask me if it'll work, because you and me are learning at the same time. But I do know it's slow to cure. You know, when you're doing it like this, it takes an hour or so, which is good. It gives you plenty of time to go around it, center the tire. You just keep stretching and pulling it out, smearing it between the two spokes, snapping it back, and before you know it, you're around it. It's not that bad. Not near as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Actually, I'm back around it already, I guess. Yeah, so that's it right there. That's the last one. So, like I say, you can move that back and forth, so it'll kind of self-regulate it as far as having a thick spot or a thin spot. It's just getting tacky, but it's, you know, I can move it. I like it. We'll let that set about 10 minutes, and then we'll put the blade on, see what happens. Well, these are the blades, and I never dealt with this company before, but anyway, company's Magnate, and when you order your blades, they give you a digital catalog here. Huh. So anyway, cancel warnings from wood dust. God, if that was the case, every lumberman in the country would be dead. I'll tell you, peanuts. I hate freaking peanuts. I'm going to go right to the trash before I give them a chance to get away. Whatever happened to the old days when they used to use wood excelsior? You know, they used to make it right in Vermont. I think they made it in Maine. take a good old piece of popple and make it into wood fibers and use it for everything. Now we're stuck with this damn stuff that don't break down. Of course, that could have been one of them that's made out of corn and breaks down. I don't know. But I hate that stuff. This right here, probably. I may want to go out on the grass. Just let go of it. And matter of fact, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to just go let this go on the grass. Well, I had to manually untwist it, which kind of stunk, but it's all right. I have no leaks, so I'm going to call it a win. So we'll set this on like so. Take this piece of cast off here. We will see here if I got the right size blades or not. Okay, so that's all on. Okay. Hopefully. Yeah, it's traveling. Okay, so get this back where it belongs here a little bit. Gaining. Yeah, so where's it running on the bottom? It's running right out on the edge. My luck, probably these wheels aren't in alignment. I think that's good and tight. Yeah, it's running damn near the middle of the bottom, which I really don't care where it runs on the bottom. As long as it's running in the middle of the crown on the top. She's so damn sensitive. So anyway, yeah, all the teeth are on the wheels. So anyway, this is everything. Teeth are going down like they're supposed to be. That would be embarrassing if they weren't. Yeah, misses everything. just a drop of oil on that to make it go in a little better. There's that. And let's see, it's in the bottom guides, but they're opened way up. So, yeah, that's got to be, man, bad boy stuff is way out of adjustment. But nothing's touching anything, so I can probably just plug it in and see if it'll come up to speed. Let's see, I shut the bottom one. If that thing decides to have a failure, I'd just soon not wear it. I'm not much of a coward, but I know enough not to try to kill myself too. Well, it runs and it's quiet. Must be, yeah, see, without it in the guide, there's a lot of variation there. But, yeah, we're going to get the guides working. But anyway, it appears to me that everything is going to work fine. Yeah, it's tracking right in the middle right there. Yeah, and that wheel is good and tight, dry. Not moving side to side. Make sure this one's still where it belongs, because it might have walked a little bit because it really weren't cured. Yeah, it probably was walking, but that's all right. We'll let it, when that gets done curing, that'll be good and tight. So, I guess that's it for a little while. Yeah, it's tracking about where I want it, you know. It's about in the middle of top of the crown. And you can see where it's running in the wheel. That's real close to the center on the bottom. This one we did not put a crown in. That's flat, but you know, you really only need one crown. We've dealt with flat belt pulleys for years, flat belts. They'll run fine with one crown and one knot. So anyway, the rest of this old girl is just setting up these guides, and this right here is needing some love. I tried to get it loose and I couldn't get it loose. So I gotta do some dealing with that. And you know, I don't know why this stuff is the way it is, but I mean, look how far back that wheel is. And you know, that's running. Luckily everything's backed right out, so nothing hits. But this has got to go back. Those have to be put up in and pinched. This one's got to be brought out. I mean, everything here, and this stuff's all still seized up. I might have to take the blade off actually to, you know, get that stuff right out where I can clean it up. That's another day's project. Wonder how many years ago that piece of wood was cut on this thing. That's kind of interesting, ain't it? Yeah, some past person. But anyway, I'd say we're going to make it so it's usable again. Well, hope that might have helped some of you change your tires. It's not much to it, just a little bit of work. If it was helpful and you liked it, hit the like button. Don't hesitate to subscribe. I'll probably take this thing apart and clean it up and adjust it, probably on camera. And, you know, you can pinch these right up till they're rubbing. A lot of people say, you know, you don't want it rubbing and all that. Well, these side ones, they can touch. I mean, just barely. Don't hurt a bit. You know, if they're not touching, they're not supporting it. So, you know, they can say what they want. Anyway, yeah. Subscribe if you like the stuff. There'll be more to come. We're going to get this old girl all finished up. I got to still finish working on the angle bracket down there on the floor. That's still got to go on here. But the bandsaw, that's kind of my baby. That's what I bought the stuff for, was for that. And yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. I'll talk to you later.